Right, let's discuss the recent surveillance revelations with Fabio Reinhardt, a member of the pirate group in the Berlin Parliament. Mr. Reinhardt, spying on the UN violates several international treaties. Now, how do you think the UN is going to react to the latest revelations?
Well, thank you to be here. It is hard to see how the UN will react. First of all, it's very unclear what they can actually do. I mean, you have to make a difference between the members of the UN and the United Nations organizations. So I don't think that Ban Ki-moon will tap into the matter, and I'm not sure if the member states will make it a big affair. We had already the issue with the United States surveilling the European Union. And we had the reaction from the EU Parliament President, Martin Schulz. He actually used the opportunity to silence his national critics, saying this is actually proving that the European Union is important. So being surveillance is actually showing that we matter somehow. So he wasn't too unhappy about it. But there wasn't much that followed. We had a EU committee that was actually showing the international surveillance activities. It was called the Echelon Committee, and nothing followed. We had it on several hundred pages, the proof that there was international surveillance even against the European Union, and there was nothing that followed that. So I don't see that there will be a lot of activities.
Right. So there'll be, obviously what you're saying is that there'll be mixed reaction in terms of who says what and how they approach this. But I mean, there's been a lot of terms like terrorism being used by the Obama administration to actually justify why a lot of these surveillance ventures are still going on. Are they now going to say that they suspect perhaps that is happening within the UN? I mean, you have to ask those questions, even though perhaps the UN won't find it a big deal that they were being tapped into.
Well, theoretically, yes, but I mean, the United States, they had their reasons why they wanted the UN to be on US soil, so they can have the UN within their reach. They could have some kind of control over them, and I mean, they have been set to surveil pretty much everything in the world in the last month, and so why not tap into the UN as well? They clearly have lost sight of what they are actually fighting against, what they are actually trying to get a hold of kind of information. They have so many information they cannot, until the end of the day, they cannot really go through all the information they have. They clearly have lost sight of how much information they actually want to have and which kind of information. So this is actually following their own kind of logic.
Right. Mr. Reinhardt, I'm so sorry, but I've lost all track of time. I wanted to speak to you a little bit more on this and how this aggressive way of America trying to get information, how it's coming out in the world. Thank you very much for your time here on our team. Now, there was Fabio Reinhardt, member of the Pirate Bay in the Berlin Parliament. Strife and